Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be doing some Cuban cooking. That's right, we're going to be doing the regular old staples of some black beans. We got some yuca that I was able to find at the store. We got some pork that we're going to fry up. And you already know how we do up in here. Alright, so we're going to make the complete meal in today's episode. We're going to be making again some white rice, some black beans, some yuca with some mojo, and some fried pork. And if we get a little saucy, we might even do some maduros, aka some fried plantains. So stay, tuned, and I hope you guys are ready to have fun today. Again, I know it's Taco Tuesday, but we don't have no tacos up in Cuba. All right, we just got some rice and beans. So if you like rice and beans, you like Cuban food, stay tuned. Let me roll the intro real quick, and we're gonna get started in a couple seconds. I don't know what all that was. Just I don't know, a little Italian. Hey, what's up with that? All right. Alright guys, well welcome back to another episode. Alright, I don't want to get too deep into the whole intro there. I don't want to roll for too long. Anyways, I was realizing, man, the stupid freaking Facebook thing didn't update correctly, and for whatever reason, it's not giving you the right. Yeah, I don't know. It says I'm supposed to be doing the Cuban meal, and Facebook is saying I'm doing the same thing I did last time. So, whatever. It is what it is. It's no big deal. So let's just get into cooking. I know that's what you guys came in here for, right? I think so. You guys came here for the cooking. So let's get into that before it gets any further. So anyway, I want to give a quick shout out to everyone out there already watching. Shout out to Louie. Shout out to Opie. Shout out to everybody out there hanging out with me today in the kitchen. All right, so today, despite what it says on Facebook, on Twitch and on D Live and on YouTube, and where I'm also broadcasting, it does give you the right description of what we're doing today. Today we're making some, again, Cuban black beans. We're making some Cuban food. Cuban black beans, again, Masitas de Puerco, some yuca. You already know what's up. If you're Cuban out there, you speak Spanish, you already know what we're doing. If you don't, I'm going to teach you. That's what we're here for. I know a lot of you guys want some Cuban food. Grandma was here yesterday. If you guys saw yesterday's episode, she was here. She tried some of the coconut shrimp and the pineapple stuff we made, and she loved it so much. And then she was telling me, I was telling her about today's show, and she goes, I've never really had actual real Cuban food before. I've had various little things here, but not a real thing. So I was like, oh, cool. So I'm just putting a little nugget in my head. So once we're done with today's meal, I'm going to make a special little care package for Grandma, and I'm going to surprise her and send her over some of today's food, which I'm sure a lot of you guys would love to have. Unfortunately, only I can have it. Anyone around here. I'm probably just going to eat the whole thing, and I'll give some to Grandma, That's why I got to send her package first, just in case. All right, so let's move into the 3-camera setup here. There you go. So we go camera 1, camera 2, camera 3 is always on a delay over there. It's going to pop up eventually. At least that's the idea. Let me see. Is it even working? It should be working. There it is. Hey! Just woke up. You know, welcome. Welcome. Thanks for joining us over there. All right, so back in Miami, yuca was something that we used to eat a lot. Us, Cubans, we love our yuca. But yuca is eaten so much, back in the U.S., in Miami actually, we eat it so much. And there's a lot of cultures out there that eat it so much. They actually freeze it. So they grow this, mass produce, so let me show you what it is here. So they actually grow and mass produce this. And they freeze it, like flash freeze it, the IQF freezing for anyone that knows what's up. They freeze it and then they package it up and they send it to Miami and it sells like hotcakes. Seriously. Now, I've never really cooked yuca outside of its frozen form. And so, of course, like a dumbass, I went online real quick and I checked to see if cooking this kind of yuca is the same. And yeah, it is the same. So we're going to give it a shot. So, I was going to cut this up and peel it. I cannot find yuca that much out here. You would think you would be able to find it more out here in Mexico, but unfortunately, it's a little hard to get. But it's fine. It is what it is. It's no big deal. So, we're just going to work with what we got. Okay, so we already cleaned off the table a little earlier. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to start setting up to make the beans. So, if you guys remember yesterday, I know we did, I didn't even notice until we actually did the full episode. I didn't even notice until we did the actual full episode yesterday. But I realized, through, I forgot, I already lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, you know what? I gotta put some music on. That's what it is. All right, so let's start off over here by getting a little wet towel, all right, so we can put this under, we can put this under here. Oh yeah, towards the end of the episode, I was telling you guys, don't forget to soak your beans for today in case you wanted to make some black beans with me. So we're not going to be cooking straight out of here. We're using these black beans that we soaked overnight, okay? Basically, we put these to soak after the episode was over, okay? So we're going to put these over here. We're going to use these, all right? So the first thing we should work on, all right, which is what we're going to work on, is the beans, all right? Why? Well, because it's going to take the longest, and the longer they cook, the better. So let's just get going with that, and then we can work on everything else, okay? Because the other stuff cooks a lot faster, a little easier. It's not that big a deal. All right, so let me get the music on, and I already got the pot. All right, so we're making beans, so we're gonna get our big pot out, okay? I know, I love my pots. So shout out to everyone out there. Okay. All right, so the first thing so let me show you real quick before we get too deep. So we got some pork over here. I know you guys can see me in that camera. So we basically got some pieces of pork that we're gonna be frying up. And basically, it's not anything crazy. Basically, here, let me show you. It's just pieces of pork with fat on it, okay? So we're gonna get the fattiest pieces right now, and we're gonna be adding it to these beans, all right? It's not, we don't need that much. We just need the fatty part. It's kind of like the equivalent of bacon. So, just a little bit. This one has too much meat on it, so we're gonna save that. That one had more fat. There's some fat, okay? So this is what we're looking for, okay? That's it. We're gonna just use that, okay? I'm gonna move the cameras around real quick. Hold on. Just a second. Give me 1 second. I'm just over here in the sink. We're just getting the pork ready. Because I was defrosting it, so I defrosted the pork earlier today, so that way, we're ready to go. Now, again, I'm not using all of of the fat from the pork at the moment because I'm going to be making the fried pork, which needs fat. It's going to fry in its own fat. So basically the fried pork, we've made it before. It's very easy. It's just, you know, it's almost like pork confit for anyone out there that knows what's up. I know, I should have moved the camera towards me. But anyways, but you guys can see me with the other two. But yeah, basically it's like a little pork confit, all right? For anyone that knows what that is. So basically it's just poached in its own fat, which, I mean, how awesome is that? All right, so we're gonna attach this guy up here, but I just realized all the things that I use to hold this together are being used at the moment for something. So, what am I gonna use here? Use a little cast iron skillet. To hold you up here. Alright, so I think you guys can see. Let's get this lights on here. Lights, camera, action. Alright. So, you know what? Let's just move it over there real quick. Let's move the camera over there. Alright, so you guys can see, right? I think, yeah, there you go. You can definitely see. Alright. So you guys can see, you know, what we have here is a failure to communicate. Okay, so we have, again, the pork. And this is, again, pork fat, rendered pork fat. So we're going to add these in here first. Just get this in there, get that going. Okay? And what we're going to do is put this on low, start. Good. All right, let's get that going. So we can start not only melting, but start, you know, rendering that little bit of fat that's in there. Okay? And at the same time, what we're going to end up doing, oh no, what happened to this onion? Yeah, we'll be alright. Hold on, sorry guys. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna have that in the back kind of rendering. Yeah man, this onion, I don't know what the fuck happened. It just started turning bad. I hope it's still usable. Let me cut that open. I don't know, it looks like it's spoiled. What happened to this fucking onion, man? What the hell? Yeah. I don't know. Doesn't look good. Looks like half of it is like spoiled or something. Alright. Alright, hold on. Let me see what I can see, because you can't just throw everything away. You know what I mean? You gotta. So in this case, all right, this is not good. Let me get rid of this shit, and then I'll wash this. Hold on. Compost. It's already halfway there. All right, so let me just wash this real quick, all right? And then yeah, so we're gonna still salvage this onion because we're gonna make a few things today. So we got a few things we gotta do today. Hold on, I got somebody at yeah, sorry, we got somebody at the door there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut off the parts that are probably not so good, and just get rid of those. But we're still gonna be able, to salvage a good majority of this onion, no problem. Okay, so I'm gonna save that. Okay, there we go. So big deal, no loss. So yeah, the onion. So in this one too, I don't know. I guess these onions weren't that good, huh? I just bought them. I don't know why. Well, whatever. You know, we're using them just in time, so we're good. But again, you know, for anyone out there, you know, especially if you're growing your own stuff, you know, things like this happen, but you know, you can't. You're gonna use it. ¿Qué cosa era?
Compré un molleado de chocolate.
¿Una qué?
Un pan
Ah.
de marmoleado.
Alrighty. Yeah, so, you know, we just have people coming up to the door selling all kinds of cool stuff, you know. So there's somebody selling some bread. Some homemade bread. Let's see how that works. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, get a little wet down here. So much onion liquid is getting a little wet. Oh, wet and wild. All right, so you can hear this back here. This is actually kind of loud. So that's a little bit too loud for me. Meaning, you know, I want this to just kind of like render a little bit, that's all. All right, so we're doing all right. All right, so let's watch the, remember, we got, so to make black beans, all right, to make black beans, it's basically just a few ingredients. If you can see down in the description of the video, you can see the ingredients. Onion, okay? Green pepper, okay? What else? Garlic, pork fat, olive oil, you know, things like that, okay? No, we got some garlic up here. All right, so that's it. So let's just, did we watch this already? No, we gotta watch it real quick. I don't know if we watched it already. Listen. Oh, and for anyone that was here yesterday, for yesterday's episode, and you guys were making el tepache with me, all right? Which we have back there, all right? It's just sitting back there chilling. You know, we're gonna open that up on Thursday. That fermented pineapple drink. I forgot to add cloves to the actual dish, all right? So just FYI out there, guys. If you, yeah, that was. Okay. Oh, ya se lo di, ya. No, fue ayer por la noche que se lo eché. No, pero it was already, ya huele, you can smell it.
Pero si ya tiene espuma, ya está listo.
No, todavía no lo he chequeado. No, pero voy a darle 3 días. I'm gonna give it 3 days.
No, tienes que revisarlo.
Todos los días? Okay, all right, we'll check it later. Okay, we got the wife, we got the producer out there, you know, letting me know, I gotta check the tepache actually every day because depending on the weather and depending on where you live, you know, depending on how quickly it ferments. So we will be checking it later. Anyways, but yeah, what I was gonna say is that when I was making the recipe, I know I completely forgot to add the cloves. Okay? And, but I rectified that because, you know, late last night, I went on ahead and I added the cloves, okay? So we're good to go, all right? So, all right, let's get a little bit more garlic here. So we gotta check the tepache every day. It will be ready. It could be ready today, but it could take as long as Thursday. But Christian was basically telling me it's ready when you see it starts foaming up, you know what I mean? So, by the way, I apologize, I was a little late today. I had a little bit of back issue, you know, so had to get the wife to give me some of that Bengay. Whatever. Anyways. Yeah, but we're fine. We're here cooking, man. You know, we can't stop. You gotta continue. Right? We gotta eat. All that stuff. So, alright, let me get this garlic stuff off of me. All right, so we're pretty good back there. As you guys can see it, all right, on this camera right there, top left, right, whatever. All right, so let's just cut up, all right, all these ingredients real quick. Again, can you see it there? I don't know if you guys can see it. Hold on. There we go. Okay. And this camera. There we go. Can you see better? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's not bad. All right. We'll fix the angle in a second. But yeah, we're just gonna cut this up. This is easy. All right. This is, remember, we're making kind of like soup, you know, but we're not making soup. It's black beans. We're making beans, guys. Things that are gonna cook a long time. So you don't gotta go crazy on the chop. All right. So you see, we're just doing some dice, you know, medium dice, because I want to see a little bit of that onion in there. A lot of chefs are like, they cut it like that and then they cut it this way. You do not need to cut it that way. You really don't. As you can see, look, I got dice, man. I don't know what the fuck are they looking for. But again, there's a million ways to skin a cat. I mean, cut an onion. Don't skin a cat. Unless you know, you're gonna eat it. Okay, so I'm gonna chop the onion. Just chop. Remember, this is, this is grandma style. You know what I mean? This ain't, you know, it ain't like a fancy. That's the idea. Remember, we're trying to replicate the deliciousness of all that. Okay, I want to make sure we're not going to burn this. Just rendering it out. Oh, it smells already delicious. Come on, flip. There you go. It's smelling delicious already. All right. And so, you know, the garlic, same thing. We're just going to kind of chop it up. We don't got to go too crazy. So basically, the oil is ready to go. I just want to chop everything quickly and add it in there. But again, you know, I like chunks of garlic. Not everybody likes chunks of garlic. You know, I remember Grandma didn't have chef knife skills, and we used to get chunks of garlic in the food, and it was good. It was yummy. I don't know. This is me personally. So I like to keep the tradition alive. I can chop this up, you know, to infinite. But, you know, that's not how Grandma did it. Alright, so, alright, we got the onions and the garlic. So let's just add this in there, okay, already. In fact, I'm going to wait a second on the garlic and these onions. I just want to get something in there. Because even though this pepper is going to take me 2 seconds to cook, I want to at least get something in there, you know what I mean? Something wet, something that's going to be cooking, so that I can, you know, not burn the oil, you know, not give the oil some weird bad flavor or whatever. We're just trying to... So by the way, I'm saving these onions because for the mojo later, so we're just going to save these and put this over here to the side. We'll cut that in a minute. We got to get this going. So, again, same thing here. As you guys can see, nothing crazy, you know. Use, as you notice, that's why I wash the pepper. I use every part of the pepper. Again, it's going in the stew. No matter what, it's still basically the same size. No one's going to be able to really tell what's what. So, and then that's it. You kind of take the seeds out. You don't have to, you know, but I don't like them. The white part is a little bitter, so you get a little white stem. Okay, the white, not the ribs, I'm sorry. So, we don't have to keep all of that. You know, Grandma would keep the white. I'm not a big fan. Doesn't really do much anyway. So just kind of take it out. You don't have to, just, you know, just a little bit of the extra white. Because that part's not really... Okay. And then that's it. You're just dicing this up very easy. You know, very... That's it. You know, kind of chunky. Alright? Because again, it's all going to just kind of like cook away. Alright, right? That's it. Nothing, again, super simple. Okay, you see? Ta-da. Alright? Notice that the noise back here quieted down very quickly. And that's because well, the reason I added the onions is because I wanted to cool it down. That's it. I just wanted to cool, so I didn't, burn the fat or, give some weird flavor. So now we're gonna switch over to here real quick so you can see. Wrong camera. You can see what I'm doing. All right, hold on. Let me fix this over here. All right, so you can see. So now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna turn the volume up. I'm sorry. Not the volume, the temperature. We're turning the temperature up. So we already got pork fat in there. But remember I said olive oil. Olive oil is a main ingredient in Cuban cooking. And this is no different. This is flavor as well. So you're like, why are you adding two types of oil? Because it's flavor. Pork fat has flavor and olive oil has flavor. And this, again, guys, you're gonna see this is a very simple dish. It only has a few ingredients. And so we gotta make sure to make every single one of these ingredients shine. Shine, shine, shine. Shine on, you crazy diamond, you. All right, so you already know we're making a stew. So you're gonna use the good salt, okay? Non-iodinized. Look at all the crystals, Okay. So that's it. Just a nice amount of salt, You can't really oversalt this per se. Well, yeah, you can always oversalt it, but you know what I mean. It's a little hard to oversalt certain things that need a lot of salt, is all I'm saying. Okay, so we got the salt. We're gonna add the rest of the stuff in a second. Let's just get the salt in there. All right. Ooh. There's some bumble. All right, we got another one. A clean. That's why I got multiple, man, from that dumbass always dropping everything. All right, so we got the salt. Now, again, we're making black beans my style. AKA, part grandma's version, part my version. So I'm gonna add something here now that grandma never added, but I feel it's kind of like important, like not important, but I feel like, a lot of these things need. All right, hold on, I'm just looking through my pantry here just to make sure we're all on the same page. Okay. So the ingredients here are very basic. Okay, you already saw we added salt. All right, salt. Now we got pepper. And by the way, notice that we only added a tiny bit of pork. Usually this dish, a lot of times, it has no pork in it. I'm adding pork just because, but this dish traditionally doesn't have any meat. If it does, it's very, very tiny bit. Just a little bit of pork fat. Again, this is mostly fat just for flavor. All right, and then that's it. A little bit of pepper, not much. Okay. All right, so we're here. I just went to go get a bouillon cube for a little bit later. Just wanted to start getting it warmed up. Okay, so look at all that liquid from the oil, from the fat. So now we're gonna get some oregano. I would say like a fat tablespoon of oregano. All right. This is something I gotta add to the description. I completely forgot. Bay leaves. All right. So we're gonna go with 3 bay leaves. All right, and the star of black beans. Okay, the star of the show, cumin. All right. I like this particular brand. This is such a good cumin. It is so pungent, so strong, so yummy. So this, we're gonna start off honestly with a tablespoon. We might add more later, but we're gonna start off with a nice tablespoon. All right, hold on. There's stuff. Okay. There we go. Give them like a nice fat steak. We're gonna probably maybe add more, but this is a big, big, big secret to Cuban black beans. And you're adding the spices in there now, so they can start doing their thing. They can start kind of like cooking along. And getting absorbed with the oil, having the oils of the spices get released, all that stuff. Okay. So that's it. We're just gonna cook this. That's it. I mean, not too much more. Again, we're not gonna saute this completely. We're just getting it started. Okay. Okay. So that's it. You already saw the ingredients. Oregano, bay leaf, salt, pepper. That's it. Let's go on ahead and add this bouillon cube, you know, just get it going in there. Let me get some water. So shout out to everyone out there watching, hanging out today. By the way, for anyone watching out there at the moment, if you're interested, I think what I'm gonna, all right, well, I'll talk to you in a sec. But I think that since there's a lot of interest with a lot of locals that live out here with me in some of the food that I make, I think I might in the very near future start off something where I'll be able to cook food, you know what I mean, for the show, and at the same time I'm cooking food for people that want it, you know. So like I'll be, instead of making just black beans for a few people, I'm gonna be making black beans for a lot of people. I'll be making black beans for a lot of people. And okay, so now we're gonna add the beans. So yeah, I'm making a quarter of what I normally make. I'm making a lot less because I usually make too much. But we're adding the beans now. Again, same thing, you know, to get them started, get them going. But anyways, I would be making like a whole pot of beans, you know, enough for like 10 people. And once I'm done with the show, I would I would sell the beans to the people that want it, just to help support the show, you know, to help keep the show going. But I might end up doing that because might as well, you know what I mean? I know there's people that are interested in asking. So anyone out there that's listening right now and that might be something that is interesting to them, again, let me know. The more interest I get, the more likely I will do it, okay? So FYI, if anyone heard me out there, I think you guys are out there listening. Shout out to everyone. All right, so right now we're just, you know, letting this cook a little further. I got the water on standby. Here it is. You can see it. And then we're going to just give it a couple more seconds. Hold on a second. Oh no, it's so windy, it blew out the fire or something. I don't know if you heard that. Yeah, 1 second, guys. Just turn it. Yeah, because again, the stupid Facebook. I don't know why it didn't. All right, whatever. Who cares? It's always something. Oh, let's see. We got some people in the chat. Cindy says, do I ship to Florida? Well, maybe. I mean, but you guys are in Florida. You guys can get your own Cuban food, man. You know, come on. Get out of here. You guys have Cuban food every other quarter. But yes, I do ship. In fact, if I can get a few orders together, I'll ship you some food, all right? So that way, you know, I'll ship to somebody in Florida and they can distribute it. All right, so that's it. Now we're gonna add the water because we're already at that level where it's not gonna. It's if we go any further, it's gonna stick. You know what I mean? That's where we're at. That's the stage we're at. So that's it. Now we just add the water. All right, and very simply, you know, we're just doing this to kind of like scrape the bottom to make sure there's no yummy bits stuck there. You know, we want them to come off and cook with the broth and the liquid. Okay. Alright, so just making sure we're good. And that's it. I mean, this is super easy, guys. That's it. It's just basically set it and forget it. So we're gonna add a little bit more water to this. Not much more. I gotta remember I'm making less than I usually make. But we do need to add a little bit more water in here. That's for sure. So let me get a little bit more water and bring it to a boil and then put it on the back burner. And then we have a few little beans here. Let's get them in there. Alright, so yeah, my back is killing me today, guys. We must move on. We must march on. Alright, so we're just going to bring this to a boil. Let me get a little bit of warm water real quick to add in there. But yeah, not too much. I'm going to keep checking on it, okay? And we'll go from there. And then we'll add more later, you know? So. Alright, so let's just make this up. Yeah, I just realized, man, I don't have as many pots as I thought I had. Yeah, I need, man, I major fail. I need, man, I need like more pots, you know, to make certain things. But right now I got a few things I gotta make and I just realized I might not have enough pots. Dope! So we're gonna figure that out one step at a time. I'm gonna work through it together. But I'm gonna have to borrow a pot from my neighbor. I just realized. Alright, well, I'm trying to think. I think I can just get. Let me see, what can I do? Yeah, I used to have a pot, but I just realized Grandma's borrowing a pot. Dope. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. Alright, we're gonna start with the pork because I wanted to get the yuca, you know, boiling too. But again, I don't even have that much room on the stove. So we're gonna just get the pork going, alright? So, honestly, you know, again, let's just go back to the other camera bits. This is, again, super simple. Okay, this is very simple. As you guys can see, we got the pot back here. Alright, first ingredient. This is super simple, guys, alright? Really, we're just gonna add some more pork fat. Because it's gonna be cooking in this fat. That's the idea. Alright? We're just gonna save this little bit left here. Alright? Okay? I'm gonna turn this on. Right. Okay, we're gonna turn that on there. What's this? Oh. And then that's it. You know, basically super simple, guys. You know, this is all pork that we've already, you know, defrosted and I washed off, and you know, we're good to go. And we're just gonna slowly, very slowly cook this, okay? That's it. Have it slowly cook in its own fat. In fact, I might add okay, now I think I'm gonna add a little bit more of whatchamacallit? Of the pork fat over the top. Actually, I completely forgot to salt this. This is very important. By the way, so this is super easy. Alright, my clean hand, let me get some salt. Nice amount of salt. And that's it, guys. That's it. In fact, let me, before it gets too hot. I know, you're like, bro, that's hot oil. Well, yeah, kind of, sort of. It's getting hot oil. How's that? But yeah. There we go. Alright, so we're going to get salt on these guys. I mean, salt, pork fat, that's it. That's it. That's the ingredients. So anyone can make this. You can make this at home. This is super crazy simple, alright? That's it. Alright. So yeah, basically what I'm going to be doing there is we're going to add, I think we're going to add some more pork fat. Why not? Just to make sure it's covered completely. I want to make sure it's covered completely. Alright, so, I mean, but that's it, guys. I mean, this is very simple. Very, very, very simple food that we're cooking. Very simple preparation. You know, this is the kind of food. You know, this is the kind of food. I know. Sorry about the water machine back there. Let me at least let me clean up real quick, and then we'll wait for the pump. The pump, 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 pump it up. All right. All right. I'm gonna put the tepache over here because we're gonna have to check on it in a little bit. All right, remember that tepache is, you know, the drink that we made yesterday. We're going to be checking on it throughout the week. All right. All right, so I'm going to turn this down. Yeah, this is fine. I don't think it needs any more fat for now. I think we're good on the fat. So we're just, again, going to turn this down. You know, we got the pork. We got the pork back there, nice and low. It's super low, super easy, okay? We got the beans over here, and then we gotta cut the yuca, and we gotta boil it, all right? So that's the thing, and we gotta make the mojo. But the mojo's easy to make, okay? In fact, let me, the mojo is super crazy easy to make. We can get that, like, kind of out of the way already. Without making, I mean, we can make it, but... So basically, with the mojo, what we're going to do here is that we're just going to slice these onions up. Alright, and we're just going to cook these onions in olive oil and in lime juice. And that's it. And salt. A little salt, olive oil, lime juice. And then this little mojo, is what we're going to use to like top off the yuca and top off the pork later on. Now, normally I don't make this all the time, but you know, this is a very traditional kind of thing that, you know, grandma will make all the time. And I mean, it's just super yummy, delicious. Very easy. So, you know, we're gonna get that. We're gonna add some garlic to this too. So again, you know, this is, you can't go wrong with the flavors here. Is, you know, onions and garlic, which is like the most delicious thing ever, you know, right? And some little salt and a little lime juice. All right. I think we got enough lime juice. And that's it. It's super simple, really. So garlic here, we're gonna use, I guess like 2 heads of garlic or whatever. I mean, not 2 heads, 2 cloves of garlic. 2, 3 cloves, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever we pulled out there. But yeah, we can get this at least kind of, again, the mise en place, you know, what I'm always talking about. meaning just get things ready while you instead of just waiting around and then getting overwhelmed later. You can just get it all done now, because I can just do this and then set it aside, and then later on when I'm ready, that's when I'm gonna just cook it. Because in mojito, it's just done quickly towards the end, and it's best served as fresh as possible, even though this lasts a very long time, you know what I mean? Because it's just oil with a very, very strong acid, lime juice, and then you're mixing with the garlic and onions, which are also very, like antibacterial, microbial, all these freaking things. So this thing gonna last for a while. It won't really spoil because it's in oil. But this doesn't last long in a household, meaning you make this and most people eat this shit up immediately anyways. So it's not like it lasts a long time in anywhere. And yeah, you know what I mean? Basically, this is super simple to make. There's many variations of mojo, some people, they make a little sauce out of this, they make it into, many little things, I used to do that as well. Make it more into like a, ¿cómo se dice? Like a, what you may call it? Como ci dice? I can speak Italian too. But yeah, basically make it into like a thicker, mayonnaise-y looking sauce type of thing. But whatever. We're just going to do this with the traditional mojo. Alright, so that's it, guys. Again, we just got some garlic and onions, and we're just going to set this to the side, and we're going to work on this later. Alright, I'm turning the pork up, just to make sure it's kind of doing something, because once I think we're almost there. Yeah, it's already at a boil. We're going to switch these guys out, so we're going to do that real quick. So let me just get this. Alright. Just clean this up. Oh man. My back. My neck, my back, my neck and my back. Anyways, shout out to everyone out there. Shout out to everybody. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch these guys around because, well actually, you know what? I think I'm going to leave this back here. I think what I need to do is turn off the fan, but then this is going to make it so hot in here. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. So yeah, the beans are going to take a little while to cook, but obviously it's not going to be as long as they would take if they were hard. So since we softened them up through overnight, it's not going to take as long. So, but we're still going to cook them at least an hour, give or take. And well, the same thing with the pork that we have back there. It's going to take a while, and we're going to need to cook it for a while. So I think what I'm going to end up doing real quick is that we're going to switch these guys out. By the way, if there's anyone out there with any questions, any comments, anything, let me know, because in today's episode, I feel like we're going to have some downtime. Time to talk, if you want to interact with me, and all that stuff, let me know. Just, all right, because I will be, obviously, remember, this stuff, a lot of this is like cruise control. So I'm putting this, I'm lowering the temperature on the pork a little bit here, but I'm putting it on a bigger flame so it can kind of do its thing. All right, let's move it around a little bit. And then we got the black beans. We got the black beans on high, but all the way in the back, on the back burner, so they can just be out of the way and do their thing. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is just end up cooking the pork, since we're gonna, this is time consuming, you know what I mean? Meaning like, if I cook everything at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have downtime while we still wait for the beans. So I think anyway, it will be fine. I think I'm just gonna cook the pork in here. It's not like I have that much room on the stove anyway. Let me just cook the pork and then I'll just use the same pot for the yuca. But I can at least get the yuca started, you know? So here I can see it's already, I need a little bit more pork fat in there. So let me just add that. I need to buy more pork fat anyway. Let me add, because I mean that's it. It's just basically boiling. It's kind of like boiling, getting cooked in that. It's getting boiled, getting cooked in the fat. You know what I mean? That's the whole idea. So, right now basically what I need to do is I need to get some lime juice on the side. Let me do that. I already have this this lime from yesterday, so we're just gonna use this to start. Because we don't need that much lime juice per se. We do need, this is for the mojo. Alright, so I'm just gonna cut the tip there and then squeeze what's out. Oh. Yeah, this is, I don't know what the hell happened to this lime. But yeah, we don't need that much juice. So actually I think I'm gonna be fine with just this half lemon that has a lot of juice in it. It's like 2 tablespoons of juice in here maybe. And so this juice is, again, for the mojo. But let me at least just get it squeezed. Again, get the mise en place, just get it all ready to go. Okay, so we just got this and we're gonna put this back here. All right, and then that's it. Later on, we're gonna put that together. So that's it. Easy. If we need more, we got another lime and we can just add that, but we don't need it, I don't think. All right, I can see the pork. I feel like it's making too much noise. Here, let me show you what I mean. Well, you can hear it already, but it's making too much noise. It's making too much movement. So I'm going to turn it down all the way. But that's the thing. I want to see if I can have this as low as possible. I've never used this pan for the pork. I've used other pans. But this is fine. By the way, there's water that's being released by the pork fat. That's what all that liquid is. Besides the actual pork fat that I put in there. That's like a major also component. So what we're going to do here is again, I turned it down to the lowest possible temperature. Okay? Come on, flip over. Right. And that's it. And we're just going to let this ride. Nothing really much we can do here. So, in fact, I'm going to cover it, but it's on low. Alright? But it's this has a bigger flame, so it's giving it more even heat. And this, it doesn't really matter. In fact, this, I'm going to cover it so I can cook even quicker. So remember, when you cover something, it cooks faster, it cooks quicker. So that's what we're doing with the beans, because we want it to cook quicker. In the sense of the pork, we got it on low, but we also want it to kind of start steaming and doing its thing, It sucks, man, because this stove is uneven. I gotta figure out, I gotta get my handyman next time he's over here. He needs to help me, kind of balance that out. Okay, no big deal. All right, let me take a little break. Right back. Well, thank God it's not crazy hot. We're still in winter, so it's like a good 80 something, 90 degrees. So we're good. Here, let me see. Opie says, where did you get the pork fat at? I gotta kill another one just for the fat. Well, I get the pork fat from the local vendors. The same people I get a lot of my things from, the onions and the garlic and just a lot of the stuff. They get the pork fat because when they butcher their pigs, they render the excess fat because they sell it to people everyone out here that uses it to cook with. In fact, most people cook with something like pork fat. I'm one of the only ones that cooks with olive oil, I think, because I'm Cuban, and back home we used to cook with both. But here in Mexico, it's more pork fat than olive oil. Olive oil is more like a European, Spanish thing. But yeah, I basically just walk a few blocks and I get it from the little tiendita, the little lady that sells, again, a bunch of other things as well. Like, again, onions and potatoes and peppers and pork fat and whatever you need in that sense. So I just get it from them, Hiv Loco says, thanks so much for listing all of the ingredients. Everything looks delicious. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, and by the way, in the ingredient list, I already know I forgot to add the bay leaves. So again, don't forget bay leaves, it's very important. Mary Bell, hey, how's it going? Exciting, you're cooking live. Oh, awesome. Yes. Well, now guess what? Monday through Thursday, you're gonna see me here cooking for you guys. All right. So if you were one of my original, I think it's you, right? You're one of my original viewers from way back in the day. So you already know what's up. This is what you signed up for a long time ago. We're back. We've made our way around. Opie says he's digging a hole for his firebox. Does that mean your snatch? Anyways, for your smoker, but you're listening. Oh, okay, got it. You're building a hole for your smoke. Got it. Sorry, me and my nasty mind there. Lodek says he's driving home. Awesome. Can't find anyone here to sell pork fat to me. Well, yeah, in the U.S. it's a lot harder because, don't get me started. Besides the fact that maybe people don't use it, there's also all the rules and regulations and all that crap that comes with it. So, I get it. It's probably a pain in the butt. But out here, it's not like that at all. Like, we can get things like raw milk, very easily, very cheaply. In fact, most people don't like it because they're becoming more Americanized, so they prefer now the processed milk, as opposed to like the actual raw milk. People are like scared of like the raw milk, unless you're like a farmer, which is hilarious. Like even Christian was like scared of the raw milk, which is like, I thought that was funny. But that's that there, when it comes to things like that, pork fat though, things like pork fat, there's so many pork products in Mexico that they're constantly making, so there's constantly pork fat, and if people want it, they can sell it. So I don't know, it's part of the culture out here is a little different, but yeah, I know in the US it's probably a lot harder to get. Even in Miami, even though in Miami a lot of people would want that, it wasn't like a premium product. It wasn't premium because there was a lot of pork fat, but it was a little hard to get per se. You have to go to certain places to get the pork fat, certain purveyors, certain stores, certain places, mostly like a Cuban grocery store would definitely sell you the pork fat, but not like an American grocery store. You know what I mean? An American grocery store in Miami might sell you things like lard, but again, that lard is suspect. You know what I mean? You don't know the chemicals and the shit they put in there. But if you go to like a Latin grocery store, then for sure you're gonna get, without a problem, without a doubt, the pork fat. And if you go even deeper, you can go to like the actual guy that killed the pig and get the pork fat from there. So, shout out to you. Gonna be smoking my wild pig bacon today. Yeah, I saw in the Discord you were posting that. You were posting. By the way, Opie out there cooks a lot, and he's always sharing a lot of his stuff online. Maybe one day we can do some live stream, like maybe like today. A future episode like today. In the future, we could possibly do something where I'm cooking back there, but we can maybe interview you, talk to you. Maybe you can show us around your place and what you're doing over there. And anyone else that might be interested in, that has a homestead or does things like I do, or or like what Opie does, which is like grow stuff and just all kinds of things like that. So grow stuff, cook stuff, process stuff, yeah, for sure, that'd be cool. We can add another level to all this that we're doing here. But shout out to everyone out there. All right, no more. All right, so then we already went through the chat. Let's get the yuca ready, all right? Because I know we can at least get the yuca ready, and at the very least, put it in the bowl, get ready for later. Let me, I see some flies coming over here. So let me close shop there. All right, so we got this bowl, all right? And we're just gonna pop these things in the bowl. So, see, I got my 3 cameras set up so you guys can help me, you know, check on. Yeah, this is why I gotta have a GoPro. People are like, oh, how come you're using a GoPro? I'm like, bro, this camera right here is the only thing that can handle, you know, being right on top of like this really hot food. Yeah, look at all that liquid and the pork fat. Now we're talking. You know, because this is now gonna go through this thing called confit. You know, the confit process. By the way, I hope the music is not too loud and distracting. But this confit is gonna help kind of cook it. You know, like if you're boiling it or whatever, so it's gonna get nice and soft and tender. But you're boiling it and cooking it in the pork fat, so it's gonna get even more tender because it's being tenderized in pork fat. And then all the little things like, you know, that have like connective tissue or fat or whatever, it's all gonna render and melt away and help in the cooking process. And again, guys, you saw the only thing I added here was salt and nothing else but salt. That's all you need. You don't add, I mean, people add all kinds of shit to this, man, but I'm telling you, man, all you need is salt. You add just only salt to this and you let the pork do its thing in the pork fat, and holy guacamole. I mean, well, whatever, you know, everyone loves when I make this, and they're always like, what do you do? What do you add to this? It's nothing, just love. That's it. And that's it. And then you see, I mean, look, you can kind of see it's cooking in that. You know what I mean? But it's slow. It's a slow cook. And that's it. It's gonna take a while. And then once we're done, once it gets tender, then we fry it. Once it gets tender, then we crank up the heat and we fry the sucker. All right. Now let's check on here. Okay. And yeah, of course we're using the same spoon. Who cares? You know, it's pork fat in both, right? And that's it. And so basically, what we're doing here with the beans, which I think I'm going to leave uncovered for a minute, for a while, is that what we're doing here is that we are melting. We are evaporating the water while we're also cooking the beans, and eventually, you know, the water will reduce, the beans will get tender, and we'll have a nice, you know, thick bean sauce. I like it thick. You know, some people like it more watery. Some people like it just as watery as this. I do not. I like it more on the thick side. And that's it. So, it's gonna let it do its thing. So again, I want to cover it so it can cook quicker, but at the same time, if I do that, then it's gonna take, it's not gonna evaporate the liquid to the, you know, what I want here. So what we're doing is leaving it uncovered so that it can evaporate. Now here, we're kind of doing the opposite. We're just gonna, you know, leave it a little open, all right? So some gets out, but we also need to trap some in there so that it would help it, you know, cook, you know, cook. Remember, we're trying to steam it, in a sense, in the fat. But we don't want it to go too high, all right? Shout out to all the viewers today, as always. All right, so let's just get to the yuca. I've never really done the yuca. Like I said before, so it's gonna be a new learning process, but it seemed pretty easy. Let me turn the fan on a little bit. I'm not gonna die of heat here. Heat exhaustion. Yeah, sorry, I was getting a little coffee there. All right, so I'm just gonna do what I saw some Asian people doing online when it came to cutting yuca. So basically, I guess we could just cut this in, I guess, in 3 pieces, all right? One piece. Okay, 2 pieces, all right? And let's cut this tip off here. Oh no. Oh no! Alright, so. Alright, all that was bad. That's okay. But yeah, it's a little piece here, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Yeah, so the yuca, so basically, you see it has like this skin here, this supposedly easy to just peel off. Hey, there we go. See, look at that. Okay, so maybe let's use yeah, so, we're gonna cut. Yeah, so, like I said, Yuca is not like a thing for whatever reason that sells out here. So it's not like this was in the best condition. Yeah, I'm just trying to, see, look, I'm trying to, I don't know, they made it seem so easy. There we go, I think we got it. But yeah, kind of like this thing, kind of like just falls right off. Oh, there we go, there we go. Oh, look at that. Seems pretty easy enough. Yeah, so this is how the Asians, yeah, look at that. Easy. Oh, wow. Who knew? Yeah, because I see how other people were peeling this. Look at that. It's almost like a bamboo shoot or something. Yeah, that's funny. Right, we need the big knife for this one. Alright, yeah, I just want to make sure we're not eating any yuca that's not good. Alright, so let me get this in water. I got a feeling this thing's... Get in the water. Then we'll wash it a little bit more. Yeah, but this is, I mean, this is about the right piece, the right kind of size. Yeah, I'm just trying to, eliminate any of that bad stuff. All right, so we're gonna try it again with these as well. Damn, this one, damn, man. I don't know if this is going to be any good or not. Alright, so we're just going to cut this here. Yeah, and basically the idea is to just peel. It's a skin. Yeah, look at that, see? Look how easy. So a Cuban learned how to peel yuca from an Asian. There's a joke in there somewhere. I wonder where yuca is from originally. Alright, so yeah, that's it. Easy. We got a bigger piece here. Alright, so again, we're just kind of, you see, I don't know, I think you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh, the GoPro's already dead. Or whatever, you guys get the idea of what's going on back there. Okay, yeah, you guys can see me on the other camera. So, yeah, basically, I'm just, you see, cutting like a line down. Alright, super simple. And then using this knife here to kind of just peel it back. Yeah, be careful with this, alright? Don't be cutting yourself. It definitely needs a little practice, I know that. But man, this is a lot easier. And the thing is, at the end of the day, it's not just the easiest. I mean, it's not just that it's easy, but you get to save as much of the yuca as possible, which is most important. You're just getting rid of the actual outside part. And yeah, like I said, it's going to take some practice to eventually figure this out. Definitely helps with the smaller pieces were easier. But yeah, this is way better. And that's it. Yeah, I'm just trying to, again. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just trying to, yeah, but these are not the best of yuccas. Man, I wish they had better yucca out here. Fuck. Come on, man. Really? This whole thing is bad? Fuck, man. No way, man. Man, such a bummer. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't trust this, man, you know? This doesn't look right. Yeah, no way. Alright, so you know what? Problem solved when it comes to boiling yuca. We're just gonna boil enough, you know, just to give her a taste so she can taste it. Because Christian's never had yuca. So, man, this kind of sucks, but whatever. It's fine. So we're just gonna cut this into more bite-sized chunks to make it easier. Let me wash this. You know what? I'll send you guys some Cuban food if you guys send me some yuca. If you guys can send me some yuca, I'll send you guys some Cuban food. But that's okay. This will be the gist of it. Let me at least get the gist of it. You know, I'm gonna make just a portion. You know what I mean? So at least you guys can see what yuca looks like, nice and boiled. All right, these are good. What do you think? Ok, ¿por qué te vas? ¿A qué hora?
No quiero muchos lados.
¿Ya te vas?
Sí. Hay unas cosas que abren a las 2.
¿Dónde vas? Bueno, aquí también, no, bueno. Christian says she's not going to be around for the taste test, unfortunately, so that's sad. I'm going to have to taste test everything. Oh, I know what we can do. There's a bunch of things. I got to do some other shit. Might as well do it while we're waiting for the stew food to cook. Man, you know, there's like a guy with a Harley, I think. I hope he didn't move to like the neighborhood. ¿Quién es ese? ¿Alguien conocemos? Oh. Oh. Yeah, we just got like somebody with, and it's like, you know those annoying guys that have something like a Harley, but they, or have like something with a high, like a very loud muffler, and they're just doing it to look cool, or be cool, or whatever, and it's like, bro, that is so fucking annoying. You know what I mean? It's so sad. I don't even know what else to say. Alright, so alright, I'm gonna play a little bit of a video in the back here. Trying to see if I can. Yeah, you hear it, right? Anyways, in the top left is my original videos from back in the day. So I originally started doing this YouTube back in like whatever it says there. So I think back in the day, like 2015 or something like that. And I originally started doing the cooking because, well, that's what I do. And I made a bunch of all kinds of cooking stuff, you know what I mean? I made all kinds of content for YouTube throughout the years. But finally, after 5 years, I've come back to square one, and man, am I happy. So much happier doing this than anything else. But anyways, we got like a little few pieces of yuca. It is what it is. I wanted to make fried yuca on Thursday's episode, but unfortunately, no fried yuca. You know what I mean? From what I can see here. So hopefully this doesn't kill us. We'll find out together. And that's it. So, all right. Let me clean up real quick. Might as well. All right. So the yuca. All right. So there's only a few pieces. I'm just gonna put it in here. All right. Ta-da! You know, so I saved the. Crisis averted when it came to like pot to like cook this in. So let me just add some water to this. Remember, fresh water. The same water you drink. Because a lot of people are always asking me, but anyway, so I'm gonna put this to the side. We're not gonna do this yet. But a lot of people are always asking me if I use like the fresh water to cook with, and I'm like, well, of course. What else would you use? You know what I mean? Like you gotta use the same, you gotta use the same water that you would use to cook with. You get what I'm saying? That you would drink. That's it. So if you're not gonna drink that water, then don't cook with it. Okay? So it's as simple as that. All right. So we're doing our thing over here. We're gonna get the cameras fixed again. All right. We're just letting this thing do its thing here. It's melting. We got the beans cooking. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is just do a little quick cleanup. A quick cleanup, all right? Because that's it. I mean, what I'm gonna do now is once we clean up, since I got nothing else to do besides chat with you guys in the chat for a few minutes, is that we're gonna make some almond butter, because I needed to make some almond butter, some special almond butter with some herbal essences to it. Gizmo, you want to come out? Huh? That's right. We're gonna be making some extra special almond butter. So we'll do that in a second. Let me just clean up real quick here. All right, take this outside to the compost again. Be back. But yes, I am kind of saddened by the whole Yuca situation. I didn't think it was going to be that bad, man. You know? I thought it was just going to be a little... I thought the Yuca was only going to be a little bad, man. 80% of it was going to be bad. But see, you know what? I just realized, I think that's why the frozen Yuca would sell so much, because this thing is a root, and you really can't tell whether it's bad or not until you actually crack it open and see what's in there. So the frozen, you got to see exactly what was in there the whole time, so there was no surprise. So I think maybe that's why that would sell so well. And why I never got to really see real yuca. Alright, so you know what? Let's check on the tepache real quick. Might as well, since we're already here. So let's check on this that we made yesterday. So let me remove this. Oh, there we go. Mira, it's foamy. Yeah, let me get the GoPro. I'm gonna show you guys. So yeah, this is nice and foamy. Sup to everybody out there. Saludos, Liz. Leisi, saludos, Jorge, saludos, Bella. Shout out to everyone. Hi, hello.
Que no esté baboso ni que...
No, eso no es decir caballito. Está bien.
No está contaminado.
Ah, ¿cómo? ¿Por qué va a estar contaminado?
Porque se puede contaminar. Algo que no esté bien lavado o algo así. Eso también hay que explicarlo.
Alright, so she's basically saying that,
Hola a todos.
hey.
Así de, hola a todos.
Yeah, she's just basically saying, is like, yeah, you know, make sure it's not like all slimy and weird and whatever. But it's fine. I know it's fine. I can see. I can tell. I can the smell. Smell. Remember, you gotta use your 5 senses. So. You might
Pruébalo si quieres.
Yeah. But I gotta romperlo, right?
Sí, bueno.
But so is it done?
Si quieres, ya se puede tomar desde ahora, ya tiene la espumita. Ahora, si quieres fermentarlo más para que tenga un sabor más alcohol, pues sí, pues fermentas 1 o 2 días más.
Okay.
Pero pruébalo.
Okay, so she said basically, which the answer is yes. She goes, okay, it's basically ready now, but what you can do is you can let it ferment a few more days to have a little bit more alcohol-y flavor. Yes. And then that's the whole point, right? Damn it. And then go from there. Okay, so we're gonna try it because I'm curious. I would like to try this. It smells delicious already. So let me get the GoPro because I wanted to show you. Yeah, because it's still. So I thought that once I would mix it up, that foaminess would disappear, but it has not. So I'm gonna turn the GoPro on real quick. Hold on, let me get something real quick. I'll be back. Okay, yeah. All right, we're back, guys. Sorry about that. Just wanted to. By the way, I went to go check something real quick, and I noticed there's 14 people watching on YouTube right now. That's a lot of people. Shout out to all of you guys. Hope you guys are having fun. Yeah, today's a little. It's just you can never tell. This is why I love the kitchen. Some days, you know what I mean, they could be very, very busy. Like yesterday. Yesterday we spent. I spent over 6 hours in the kitchen, but a 5-hour show. And yeah, I wasn't expecting to be that long in the kitchen, and I wasn't expecting to do everything I did yesterday, but I did it and it was fun. And then today, I'm not gonna lie, in my head I was thinking, oh man, today's gonna probably be a little bit more of a complicated day. I got more things I need to do, and yada yada yada. I was dealing with the pot, situation back there. I woke up and my back was kind of like hurting me a little bit, and then sure enough, I get blessed by the gods, by the cooking gods out there, in the sense that, well, I mean, everything's easy peasy. In fact, I get to do a few things that I wanted to do, which we're gonna do together. So the Yuca thing didn't work out, but it's okay. Actually it worked out because, remember, the main reason why I do this is because, first of all, I like doing this. I want to have fun, but it's a show. You know what I mean? We're having a show here. So the main reason I wanted to do the Yuca today is to show you guys, to experiment, to do the whole thing. So we have enough Yuca to at least get that going. We had a crisis with the pot, but we were able to avert that, because of the whole situation. So we got the Mojo. We're going to be making the Mojo real soon and all that. But in the meantime, we're going to look at the tepache. Right now we got the GoPro reconnected. So, we got Mr. Rick Bayless up there. I can't leave this thing alone for a minute. So. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to. The control panels here. There we go. Okay, so we got the. So yeah, let me show you. All right, in fact, let me just go straight GoPro. So again, once we lifted off the towel that we had over it, okay, because it needed to breathe and do its fermenting stuff, this is what it looks like. You see, so look at all that foamy stuff. That's all the fermentation, you know. This is the star anise. We got the peppercorns in there. I didn't get to taste it yet. I'm gonna taste it now. We got the cinnamon, okay. We got the cloves are in there somewhere. Okay, we got the sugar. So yeah, I didn't add as much sugar as a lot of other people and other recipes do. Christian said it tasted really good. So that's it. Yeah, because I saw it just seemed like so much sugar. Oh, there's the cloves. See, we got a little clove right there. Okay, so let's just give this a quick taste, all right? And then I think we're gonna wrap this guy up, and we're gonna check on it again tomorrow and go from there. All right, so let's give it a quick taste here. Yeah, we gotta strain this out, by the way. See, there's like all kinds of bits in there. All right, close enough. Wish me luck. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. That's a nice. All right, so let's just kind of cover this up real quick, all right? Let's just give one little more mix. I think we're good. Let's just leave it like that. Get all the little pieces of pineapple, just kind of leave the skin there. All right, we're good. I'm gonna cover this up a little more, and we're gonna check on this. So you guys already know what it looks like. All right, so we're gonna put this camera back over here so you guys can keep an eye on the food. You're my eyes and ears in the sky. All right, so as you guys can see, look at that. We got those beans kind of cooking. You see, it's already a lot of that water has evaporated. So now at this point, I don't want to add any more water yet. I might have to later. But I don't want any more water to evaporate for now, so I'm gonna cover it so that steam. Remember, as we're cooking it, the steam goes up, it gets trapped, okay, inside, okay, because of the glass covering, and then it goes back in there. So it's just like circulating in there. As opposed to if I leave it uncovered, it's just all the steam escapes, therefore all the liquid escapes. But if I keep it like that, then the liquid stays. In fact, you can see it. You know, so again, this is all experiments, right? Hey. Okay, so as you guys can actually see here, and again, from when you do your own cooking, the liquid, you know, as the steam goes up, it gets hit by the glass and it gets trapped, and then you see all that liquid, all that water, and you see it kind of even moves because it's forcing almost, you know. That the whole idea with a pressure cooker is times 10. It's the same thing, but times 10. Basically, it builds up pressure. It closes. It locks itself in there so much, and then it ends up building so much pressure that it ends up, you know, cooking things even faster. You know, like in turbo speed. Okay, so let's check on these guys real quick. Okay. And look at that. I mean, you know, so far so good. It's gonna take a while, guys. You know what I mean? It's not looking pretty, and I'm not even gonna lie. You know, even the smell is just a bunch of fat. You know, all I smell in the house is pork fat, and so even right now, it's like, it's not necessarily maybe the most appetizing. But man, by the time this thing gets to the point where it needs to get, holy crap! You know, because once it cooks and boils, this is like chicken and anything else. If you're like boiling chicken, sometimes it might smell like crap. But it eventually comes to. By the way, this smells really good, actually, to tell you the truth, now that I'm here. We got Gizmo out there crying because he wants the cat. But again, the slower you cook this, the better the end result you're going to get. And that's as simple as that. You got Gizmo out there crying. What's he crying about? I want the cat. I want to get that cat. So we're gonna, you know, cover it again and steam. You know, not steam it, but just to like have it like a mini pressure cooker. You get gases. Hey, Chris, I wish I could show you what's behind the camera. Kristen's fucking throwing sandals at Gizmo. You know, like a real Mexican mom. It's like, you better behave. You know, throwing the freaking chancletazo por la cabeza. All right, let's read a few comments real quick. Jose should have bought Doge, but that, all right, I need cash too, unfortunately. Should have bought Doge. Yeah, you know, I'm looking at the crypto market. I don't know if it's pumped enough. I'm still wary on the price yet. I see it did a quick little pump, but I don't know. Any crypto experts out there think I should buy now or what? Let me check the price. Yeah, we're also Bitcoin trading out here. You already know. We do it all. We do it all. Yeah, I'm gonna cover this tepache in a second. Give me a minute. One thing at a time. Bitcoin. By the way, shout out to everyone out there. You know, whether you send some, shout out to everyone out there supporting the show. Whether you buy a T-shirt, send some money through Cash App or PayPal, or whatever it is you're doing. Oh shit! I think Gizmo almost caught a cat. There was a cat in a tree, and I literally saw him in the corner of my eye. He fell out of the tree, and Gizmo was like, "Get over here!" He was chasing him around. That was funny. All right, let's cover this guy up here. All right. All right, I'm just gonna try to get the liquid off here. I don't want it to. Okay, there we go. So what we're gonna do is just cover this guy up real quick. So again, we want to make sure we got something like a towel or whatever, and you know, make sure it doesn't get wet or anything like that. Okay. So let me move this here. Gizmo, you better behave, brother. No food for you. No soup for you. Okay. Yeah, so basically we just need to get this as tight as possible. Ain't that the truth? The tighter the better. As they say. Who is they? I don't know, but I know they say it. There's people out there that say the tighter the better. I don't know who these guys are. Who these people are and who they think they are. So yeah, a towel is great. You don't need to go with the whole fancy schmancy. You don't gotta go with the whole what is it, fancy schmancy? Because you know we're basically kind of like making wine, or we're fermenting this. You know, and there's a lot of people out there that have all this fancy schmancy gear to do that. You don't need it here, honestly. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, this is something very traditional that they make all over the place. You know what I mean? And so therefore, you know, this is the way they do it in the villages. It's the way they do it at home. Okay? So, again, we're still making the pork back there. It's doing its thing. Slowly but surely. Let it do its thing. Alright, so I think now let's make some almond butter. Because a lot of people out there are like, man, what's a good way to consume? What's a great way to consume edibles in a very good, kind of like nutritious way? And you know, I love peanut butter. I think a lot of people out there love peanut butter, but peanut butter is, you know, can be a little unhealthy, simply because peanuts are like an inflammatory, and almonds are not. Almonds are the opposite, I think. I don't know if they're anti-inflammatory, but they're definitely not inflammatory or whatever. So we're gonna make some almond butter. Now, the first thing we're gonna do, all right. Let me get rid of this here. First thing we're gonna do is just roast the almonds a little bit. So let's just get this oven going real quick. Okay, get that going. Give me a second. Hold on a second. Uno segundo, por favor. Sorry. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing is that we can use the food processor to make the almond butter, but I found out that this is actually a better tool for what we're going to be doing, okay? Which is, you know, making the almond butter. Or any kind of nut butter. Alright, so the reason we're doing the toasting, a toast to you guys. So this is not on today's menu. This is not Cuban food. This is just Jose food, you know, things that I eat, you know, for breakfast and stuff. Sometimes. And like I just haven't had time to make this. So let me just make it now, you know what I mean? Instead of just sitting around, you know, might as well knock it out. So yeah, now that I'm back in like cooking, you know, every day and just getting back into like, you know, functioning like I used to as a chef or a cook or whatever, man, it's just so much better. I got so much more energy and it's just I get to do so much more and feels better, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, because I'm not worried about all the other stuff from the other channels or anything like that. I'm not even, none of that shit's on my radar. The only thing I care about is this and just kind of this and the podcast, you know, something that, you know, you know, that's like my my time off, you know what I mean? But it's a very enjoyable and a lot of fun. So basically, and then this is fun too. Now it's fun. Now that I'm, you know, growing stuff, you know, now it's just strictly this, you know what I mean? And I get to focus on this. Man, you know, so much more fun. Well, you guys can see, I mean, now you guys have recipes to go along with this. Now you guys can cook with me. You know, now we're having a lot more fun. It's a lot more loosey-goosey up in here. I even got an apron for crying out loud. I mean, come on. So, alright, so yeah, this is it. This is the tool we're going to be using. Easy peasy. So, yeah, right now, we're just a little greasy up there. What's, did I spill something up there? Oh, you know what it was? Don't worry about it, whatever. Rather just leave it there. Okay, anyways, okay, so we're just gonna, by the way, I don't usually sit down this much. Like I said, I'm just having a little back trouble today. So, we're gonna, you know, keep it moving, keep it moving. Alright, so, I can make Nutella. You know, I've never made Nutella, but I think Nutella is a very difficult thing to make. But almond butter is awesome. I could send you a bunch of hazelnuts from Oregon. Yeah, hazelnuts are awesome. I love hazelnuts too. I love pistachios. Those are some of my favorite. I like the new show. Great job. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Should have bought Doge. Pump it. Nice job calling the bounce on crypto last night. Lodak. You can, yes, you can serve this at a bar mitzvah, except for the pork. Haha. You know, and you can just make the beans without pork. You know, you can just make it with olive oil, and that's it. So yeah, you could. You can serve with chicken. You can serve it with chicken. So you can do that. All right. So you know, right now all we're doing is I gotta wait for the oven to heat up a little bit, and then we're roasting these guys. All right. Super simple. I just do the dishes later. It's not. I only got like 3 dishes over there. I don't feel like doing dishes right now. So yeah, basically this is super simple, guys. I mean, this is how many? 200 grams, okay? 200 grams of nuts. But yeah, the reason we're doing this is because this will help the process of making the butter, because it'll help release some of the natural oil, and then, you know, also, again, it just makes it easier, and thus, you know, releasing of that oil helps it, you know, make the nut butter. We're making some nut butter even nuttier and better. So yeah, we're just gonna, I mean, roast these for a few minutes, and then we gotta like cool them off, and then we're gonna do it. So, you know, I'm gonna just stick it in there now. I just put a timer for like 10 minutes. Even though 10 minutes might be too long, let me do 8 minutes. Okay, let me just stick it in there 8 minutes. Okay, so we're just gonna do a quick little 8 minutes, and then we'll take it out. And we'll go from there. So I've never made pistachio butter. I wonder if that's any good. So yeah, we're making herbal butter, guys. Herbal almond butter. Okay, herbal butter. Okay, this is oil infused with herbs. Okay, you guys can infuse it with any herbs you want. Okay, I'm not gonna get specific in here. I'm not trying to give a freebie to the algorithms. Okay, but you guys can figure out what kind of herbal remedies, okay, you can use or make with this. Okay, so yeah, the beans are looking good, but yeah, this is definitely gonna be a little longer. All right, I'm not gonna add the water yet. Still got a while to cook. I kind of do want to add some water. Let me just add a little water in here. Rather be safe than sorry, right? But yeah, these beans are looking, and they smell amazing so far. Okay, so there, you guys can see it on the top. Yeah, I just want to make sure I look at everything here first. You know, I don't want to get too distracted and then we burn everything. So yeah, slowly we're making headway here. So, in fact, let me uncover this so it's not completely, because I want some of this water to start evaporating as well. Now, okay, we're starting to get to the promised land. But yeah, with the nuts, I'm just basically warming them up. You know what I mean? That's it. Just trying to. Okay, we're gonna leave that there like that. Yeah, I think this needs to be covered. Never mind. This needs to be covered. The pork. But anyways, but yeah, with the almonds, you know, basically, oh, I just noticed that I don't look that well from behind there. But anyways, but yeah, the nuts, again, we just gotta warm them up a little bit just to kind of get them started, okay? But that's it. It's not, you know, we're not going too hardcore on those. I'm not roasting the nuts. I'm not cooking the nuts. All right. I'm not milking the nuts. I'm just getting a little bit of that oil out. All right. But anyway, so this is some herbal oil that a friend of mine gave me as a gift. They made this with real herbs. It's really good. Really, really, really good. And so, yeah, the almond butter. Oh no. I think my because I forgot to charge this at the end of the night. This is what I'm using now. My tablet, and so you know the tablet's literally running out of battery, so it's gonna die. It's gonna suck because I'm not gonna be able to really interact with you guys as much. Well, I think it will. I'll just use my phone. Fuck it. Yeah, I've never had pistachio butter, but I would love to have some pistachio butter. But yeah, again, this is some herbal oil that we're gonna use, and you know, we're just gonna. I forgot how much because I made this last time. I forgot how much I added, but I was going tablespoon by tablespoon, and basically, I just use this to keep lubricating the the peanut oil, I mean the almond butter enough to the point where, you know, it's it. We got peanut butter. I mean almond butter. You know what I mean? That's it. So that the recipe is just depending on the nuts and all that shit. But I think I used like 5 tablespoons last time. Not quite sure. But again, this is a very strong herby butter. It's really good. But yeah, I mean, and so I don't know how to make this, you know, yet. I've seen videos on how to make it. It seems a little complicated. It seems a little difficult, but whatever. You know what I mean? It's really, I think it's cheaper for me to just get it. And it's great stuff. So, you know, I outsource, you know, some of my ingredients. Helps with the whole process, you know? Same thing as the pork fat, you know what I mean? It's a lot easier for me to get it from somebody. It's funny, people keep asking me when the next meetup is, and I keep telling people never. You know, no more meetups, man. I don't know why people just don't. I don't know why they don't want to respect that, man. Like, really, no more meetups. I'm done with that. It's just people, at the end of the day, man, they don't know how to behave, and like, I'm not even gonna be out here just like pretending and trying to, you know, get people to change their ways, and I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm done. You know what I mean? I'll be the asshole if I have to be. By the way, I wish I could make these episodes or a lot of these shows without using profanities or whatever, but unfortunately, it is what it is. But yeah, you know, out here we're just chilling now for a minute, you know, we're testing out the herbs as we make the herbal butter, you know. And that's it. So yeah, we're just waiting a few more minutes. I think we got like 1.5 minutes left. So let me check on the. I don't want to burn them or anything. Alright. They're still not hot enough. I just touched them with my hand. So I'm going to add a few more minutes to this. Alright, so I'm going to add like 4 minutes. We got 5 more minutes. But I got the timer here. I'm looking at it, so. Yeah, Hiv Loco, yeah, you say they can host their own meetups. Yeah, man, that's what I keep telling people, man. Like, they can just host their own meetups and that's it. I mean, that's another thing too, man. Like, I have to go through a lot of work and effort to host a meetup. And it's like, I don't want to do that, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's the opposite. This is the reason I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Like, when I get messages like that, you know, when I have to answer that, and I've already answered that personal individual. I don't know if you're watching out there or not, man. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to you and love you and all good, but again, man, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'll hang out with certain people out there, you know what I mean? From time to time, but even then, I don't really hang out with anybody out there, you know, so, period. I like my privacy. I like doing my own thing. That's why I feel so much happier now that I'm just doing my thing and that's it. But yeah, man, fans are not what they're cracked up to be. I mean, you hear it from just about everyone out there. That's, I guess, you know, somewhat famous. I am not famous. I'm just some dumbass on YouTube. But still, man, if I can't take it anymore, you know, when it comes to like all that fandom, you know, like holy shit, you know, imagine someone that's really actually famous. So. Oh, well, actually, yeah, I actually got the oil in another compartment. I put it in this bottle. This bottle was actually from some other stuff, and I saved it to keep certain things in it. So yeah, this is actually my bottle with the top and everything. Yeah, this is mine. I've been saving it. You know what I mean? And that's where I store it in there. So yeah, it is a great bottle. Al Pacino, thank you. Shout out to you. I will enjoy the meal. I hope you guys were here to make it, to be with you. Have I ever made sauerkraut? No, I've never made sauerkraut, but that's one of the things I do want to make. In fact, you know, I want to open it up. Well, look, you guys have the link to the Discord, okay? It's down below. You guys can go to the Discord. It's like a little bit of a community where, you know, people chat and stuff like that. And I got a section, just a whole area for food. And what I'm going to start opening it up, you know, to any food suggestions, anything you guys would want me to make. Man, yeah, for sure. I will make it, you know, anything within reason. So long as I can, at the very least, get the ingredients. You know, it's a very important thing. But yeah, there's tons of cabbage out here. I would love to make sauerkraut. I've bought it a few times from Walmart. But I've never made it. I would love to make it. But what was I gonna say about the sauerkraut? Yeah, so like I make a lot of recipes on the show that I've never made before. So in this case, yeah, you know what I mean? Sauerkraut is something I would love to make because I've never made it. Yesterday's episode, I've never made any of those things. So, and we had a great time and everything came out amazing. In today's episode, it's on cruise control because I've already made this stuff 100,000 times. Everything we're making today, I've made a bunch of times. But we're gonna have episodes like this too, because at the end of the day, I'm also cooking meal for me and the wife, and that's still content. That's still an episode. There's still plenty to learn from that, you know, and especially on your end. You know what I mean? So let me see. All right, the pork is looking mighty good. Let's give it another little tossity toss. You gotta be careful, you know. You don't want to burn our little tushy. I know I'm about to take out the. Just moving these guys around a little bit, not much, but yeah. Again, they still got a ways to go. You know what I mean? I want them to really render as much of that fat yumminess as possible. But you can see, you know, it's getting, you know, some parts is already getting a little kind of cooked or whatever. Alright. Alright, 33 seconds left. So it's time to pull it out. Always pull out early. So let's do that. Let's pull out early. And that's it. Now that's perfect. There we go. You know, let me put it up in. Let me just leave it in there another like couple minutes, in fact. Like 3 more minutes. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. In fact, let me also get a little bit of salt. Forgot we gotta salt our nuts. Always salty nuts are good. Like, what's in the bottle? What's in the bottle? It's the color is gorgeous. It's olive oil, but herbal olive oil. See, it says right there, herbal oil. Okay. So you guys can take a guess at what kind of herbs is in there. All right. So 1 second. All right. Right. Yeah, sorry, we're just saying goodbye to the wife. She's on her way to an appointment. Let me see, but yeah, you know, so yeah, we're just doing our thing. So yeah, this is slowly just cooking, you know what I mean? Just slowly doing this thing, all right? Let's check on the beans. I just don't want the beans to burn. In fact, let me cover the beans. Okay, so again, we want them to get tender. But with the beans, at least, I want them to get tender to the point where I can mash them. And as I mash them, because that's also part of how we make the beans, we mash them as we're stirring them. I'll show you while I do it. In order to release some of the starch that's in the bean, and that helps with the thickening process. That's the thickening agent in this case, you know, for the beans. So okay, let me come over here real quick. ¿Todo bien? ¿Ah? Okay. So yeah, I'm just getting a container to put this in afterwards. Almond butter. By the way, I'm making the almond butter because, like I said, my back is hurting. My neck, my back, my neck, and my back. And so, you know, so I want to just, you know, it's a little. This herbal butter helps with the back. All right, the special herbs. You know, special yummy herbs. Yeah, so this is olive oil. This is infused olive oil, basically. That's all it is. All right, so now, okay, now this should be done. Okay, now we're done. Now we're looking. Okay, now we're done. Yeah, just remember, this is oven temperature. It's whack as F. So, okay, we're gonna just get a little salt and add it now. Okay. All right. Nothing crazy. We're gonna pop it in here, all right? Now I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait for them to cool. But yeah, you gotta add salt to this, okay? Even though it's gonna be on. This is sweet. This is a sweet thing, okay? Well, you know what? Let me. Yeah, because otherwise this is gonna get hot. Let me just leave it on the aluminum foil. Okay. Putting that up there. Okay. So we're just gonna let these cool off for a minute. Not too much, right? We already added like enough salt in there. Now the other thing I'm gonna add, it's off camera, so let me grab it real quick. We're gonna be adding. Okay, hold on. Because I keep these off camera because I don't really use these a lot. I mean, we do, but we use it for other things. All right, we got the GoPro is done. All right, so we will let the GoPro cool off, and then we will get back to the GoPro. Hold on, let me just see if I can find some content to play for you real quick. I have so many videos and so much crap. Alright, so let's just play all this. Alright, so in the background I'm just gonna play videos of me cooking. Yeah, 2016, alright, you saw that? This is from 2016. I think we're making rice pudding in this one. Alright. So yeah, anyway, so this is some local honey, alright? Notice that, look how we get this stuff, okay? So yeah, basically the local purveyors out here of honey, you know, they have, let me close this here. All right, but anyways, yeah, they we get the honey from them. So good, so good. This honey is so good. Ever since I've moved here, I have yet to buy any honey that is not from like the farm. There's no way. How could I ever eat like honey that comes from like a jar from God knows where? You know what I mean? Even if it's good honey, like there's no way. You know, this honey is just. I got bees in my backyard for crying out loud. There has to be some honey thing around here. Anyway, so we're gonna add that, and we're gonna add some maple syrup. Now, normally what I used to do is when I used to make this almond butter, I would just make that by itself. You know what I mean? Just the almonds on their own, and the oil. But the last time I made it, because I was making some from a friend that was really sick and needed, some pain relief. So I gave him some of this, and for him I added some maple syrup and I added some honey to it, and man, it tasted really good. So I was like, fuck it, I gotta make this for myself. Let me do the same out there. By the way, shout out to you out there, James. Like if you're out there, I'm glad that this helped and made you feel better. Okay, so we've already, it's cool enough, but we want it to be a little warm, all right? We don't want it to be completely cold, all right? Because we do want it to be somewhat warm, so that way, it's not completely, all right, whatchamacallit, what's the word I'm looking for? So it's not completely, let me turn this off for a minute so that way I can preserve a little bit of battery. I think you guys can see there, right? Oh yeah, perfect. There. There you go. So you guys can see this right here. All right. So yeah, basically, all right. So we're just gonna add this in here. This is super simple, guys. I don't know if this will work in a blender or not. Oh yeah, hold on. I gotta move this forward because I gotta hook up the. Hold on. I think that's good enough there. Yeah, sorry guys, I gotta hook up the. Alright, so you guys can see what I'm doing down here. Alright. Perfect. I love all these cameras, right? Don't you? Man, these cameras, I'm glad I kind of got this kind of set up here. So yeah, this camera that you're looking at the almonds at, that camera has a wire, this camera has a wire, but the GoPro has no wire. Right now it's too hot. I still gotta wait for it to cool down a little bit. Because it was over the fire over there. So let's just get this started. Okay, I had to pull this forward because I needed to, there you go. I need to use the, I'm gonna save this, but I need to use the plug that's right there. Okay, let me hook this up. Yeah, it'll be. Hey, how's it going? Hey. Okay. And so we're gonna start. Okay. We're gonna add the honey and the maple syrup at the end. Or towards the end, not now. So we're gonna start by adding, I know it's gonna take a few, so let's just start by at least adding 2 tablespoons of oil. Okay, that's 1, 2. Let me get, I'm gonna use this. Okay, and then we're gonna just start blending this. Okay, make sure it's nice and secure, and here we go. Yeah, so you know what? Let me turn the volume off. Okay, so as you guys can see, okay, it's starting to get, here you guys can see a little what it looks like, okay? So we're gonna start moving this around. So yeah, the reason, we don't add the goopy, sugary stuff yet is because, we're still trying to chop this up, and I'm not trying to make this more of a gooey mess than what it needs to be right now. We need to chop this up first. So I already know we're gonna need more oil in there. So let's go for numero 3. All right, number 3. So we got 3 tablespoons of herbal magic oil that will cure all your ails. Well, at least some of your ails. Not all your eels. Maybe all your eels. Ale. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna... Oh, sorry. Okay, so again, notice how we're getting, see, we get closer to something there, all right? It's getting there, but we still got a ways to go, and we definitely got to add more oil. So we're gonna do that now. And by the way, oil is the only, don't be adding water to this, all right? So we're gonna go for 4. 4 and 5. And this is okay if it's very strong. At the end of the day, that means you have it's goes a longer way. You know what I mean? And meaning, you know, you have to take less of an amount to get your desired result. You know what I mean? So it's actually, you know, the stronger the better. Hey, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to turn this off. I hope I'm not blowing anyone's speaker out there. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mute. That's why I don't like to mute. But yeah, so this is looking good over here. We still got a little ways to go. Make sure it's nice and low. Smells so good in here. Okay, we're getting there. Let's check the beans. Okay, so we're gonna check on that. Let's just finish the nut butter. We got everything on low back there. But as you guys can see, all right, we're starting to get to the butter. It's still very, very, very rocky. How do I say it? It's like very coarse. It's like coarse ground mustard. So we got coarse ground almond butter. So we still got a ways to go to get to the desired result. Let me tell you. Nah, it doesn't taste like nut butter. It just tastes like crushed almonds. And so, as you make the butter, the sweetness from the actual almonds themselves also make the nut butter sweet. But yeah, these are still far from that. Let me mute. Can you hear me? Man, that was loud. All right, now we're cooking. See? Look at that. All that oil is released. All right, it's liquidy only because it's hot. Because of you know what I mean? Of you know, the heat that's produced from all the movement of the motor and the crushing of the nuts and all that. So, but later on, you know, we'll check on it. You'll see what I mean. The next few days, you'll see it actually starts. Eventually, once you put it in the container, it settles and gets hard, and oil kind of separates from it. Okay, so now we're there. We've already got, you know, the 5 tablespoons in there. All right, awesome. Now this stuff is awesome, awesome, awesome. So yummy and tasty. But we're gonna make it even yummier and tastier. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna add some of this. All right, so some honey, not much. You know, again, about a tablespoon. Okay. And some maple syrup, okay? Again, the same thing. So, but this is actual real maple syrup from Vermont. Shout out to Rebecca and David for bringing this to us. And we got some more, we got maple syrup from Maine over there. So we got some of you guys helping contribute to the show already. All right, and there's like another tablespoon in there. Okay. So let's just give this one more mix. Mute. See, look at what it looks like now. You see, by adding the honey and the maple syrup, all of a sudden, look, it got hard. You see, that's why we didn't add it now. So, man, now I gotta add some more oil to kind of thin it out a little bit. So, let me just add a little bit more oil. Make some yummy garlic bread with that. All right, I'm not muting it, so. All right, let's try it. It's really good. I'm gonna add some maple syrup. Maybe it'll help thin it out. Hey, maple syrup doesn't go bad, right? Oh, man, never mind. That tastes so good. All right, hopefully this will help thin it out. All right, well, it tastes delicious already, so. Okay. Let's not make it too delicious because then you already know. That's a recipe for disaster. So, I'm gonna plop it into here. And so yeah, basically, my dosage was already what you saw me have there. This isn't strong already as it is, so. Now we're gonna leave this at room temperature, all right? Yeah, this is very strong. I can feel my spidey senses tingling. Or something's tingling. Yeah. It definitely tastes different. But man, it tastes so good. Yeah, we're just putting it away. And then we're going to tackle the rest of the meal. But yeah, this, I mean, for anyone that speaks Spanish or knows about turrón, this almost tastes like turrón, which is really good. It's like a Spanish almond dessert slash marzipan. Whatever, man. It's delicious. And so is this. And I'm glad. Look at that. I made a lot. I mean, I buy almond butter a lot too, and it's like, even if from the same brand, it's always different, you know? The almonds, you know, are different. Everything's different. So, this one came out really thick. And I know it's because of the sugars I added, but I wasn't expecting it to get this thick. But this will do. I don't want to add anything else to it because I'm scared I might mess it up. To me, honestly, as long as it tastes good, that's all that matters. And it tastes really good. Really good. Oh my god. Okay, that was really good. I can taste the herbage. Okay. So I'm gonna leave this uncovered for a little bit. Okay, so I can cool off. Let me clean up real quick and let's move on to the next thing. Unos segundos, por favor. You know, so for anyone asking, no more asking, see? I do cook herbal goodies out here, and they're mighty delicious. Okay. So now, I'm gonna reconnect the GoPro. Okay, so give me a minute, please. And then we're gonna move on to the next. Oh, I forgot, I gotta change the battery. One second. So shout out to everyone out there who's hanging out, making some Cuban food today. So uno segundo, we're just hooking up the GoPro because I want to show you from up there, you know, bird's eye view. There you go. Alright, so I think you guys can see there, right? So this is already, you know, you can tell by the sounds that it's making, you know, it's in a different stage of the cooking process already. So you see it's already getting nice and tender and soft. And look, you see it's starting to brown. And get super delicious. You see? So we're just, you know, moving these guys around, flipping them around. You see, some of these still have a lot of fat to be rendered out. You know, you got some of these pieces that, you know, different sizes and all that jazz. That's it, you know, here. Okay. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit on that. Now we're going to check the beans. So you see the beans are like nice and thickened up. All right. Okay. Now let me grab one and taste it. Okay. So we're there. You know, basically the beans are cooked. So now, you see how I'm smashing them up against, not all of them, but I'm just smashing them up against the side of the pot. You know, to again, you know, just smash some of the beans, you know, in order to release some of that starch, to thicken it up. It's already nice and thick, like you like it. Okay. So now we're gonna taste. Okay, now we're gonna taste it to see where we're at with flavor. All right. because it's always going to be different. It's always, you know, going to vary on many factors. So let's taste. Okay, very good, but almost perfect. Just missing one thing, some cumin. So I'm gonna add another like half a tablespoon, a nice amount. Okay. So we're gonna try it like that, and then you know, the right before service, you add olive oil, but you know we'll see that later. All right, let's look at the pork. Look at that. So we're gonna taste again. Again, we get a new spoon, right? A new spoon. You're gonna taste the broth, see where we're at. Look at the pork, how delicious it's already becoming. Okay, now we got it. Now we're perfect. In fact, the beans, they taste sweet, if you can even believe that. And there's nothing sweet in there. We had added 0 sugar. That is the natural flavors coming through. That means we did a really good job. So basically the beans are done. We're just finishing up the pork, okay, as you can see here. You know, we're frying it up. So now what we're gonna do, since the beans are done, you know, we're gonna cover the beans. Get wrong with that. We're gonna cover the beans. Actually, make sure that it's not sticking or anything. All right. So these guys are done. So we're gonna just turn it off. All right. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this off of the. I need to take this off of the burner because I need space so I can start making the other things. So, I mean, the beans are done. We'll heat them up later, but they're done. You know, remember it's still, hold on, let me get to the, at the end of the day, guys, let's not forget, this is still a cooking show, okay? And so since it's a cooking show, wait, sorry. You know, let's not forget, this is still a cooking show over here, and since it's a cooking show, we still got to move things along, you know what I mean? So I got to start moving along with, okay, the yuca. Okay, remember the yuca that we did earlier? So we're going to start cooking these guys, all right? So we're going to put these guys on back here on high heat. And basically, the yuca is boiled. That's it. You know what I mean? What we're gonna do is actually what we're gonna add is some salt to the water. You always gotta add salt. Remember, you're boiling, you're cooking them in there. All right, but yeah, just add salt and you're good to go. So I'm gonna make a little mini Cuban plate. Okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't make the rice. I gotta make the rice as well. We got time for that. I forgot, let me make the rice as well. So the rice is simple. You guys have seen me do it. We do it straight up in the pan. Because I'm only making a little bit of rice for me and Christian. That's it. You know, so I'm not making a lot. Okay? We're making a half a cup of rice. Okay? So yes, we're gonna wash the rice, okay? So I'm just gonna measure out half a cup here. That's it. I know, you're like, oh, just make all that, man. Trust me, we're gonna waste the rice. So we got more, we'll marry this with the other rice later. Another point in time. So now we're gonna just quickly wash this, okay? And rice, this kind of rice is white rice, okay? So it's only a couple ingredients, okay? Rice, water, salt, oil. That's it. So, as you guys can see, okay, from the overhead camera, all right, we're just going to switch over to the overhead so you guys can keep an eye there. It'll be better anyway. So you guys are seeing that the pork is still, we're frying it, all right, and we're getting nice and crispy, and it's still getting nice and soft. So uber delicious. We're going to cover this to speed up the boiling process. All right, we're going to turn this guy on over here. All right, so we can start. By the way, so you see I got the burner on this end over here to speed up this side more than the other side. What was I gonna say? So let's turn this guy on as well. But I gotta turn the fan off because otherwise it's gonna be horrible. The fan cools me off, but then it also messes up the fire. Because the wind, well, you can figure it out. Okay, so we put this on hot, and we're gonna get the rice, and we're gonna give it a quick wash, quick rinse. So yeah, you're gonna wash the rice. You're gonna get some of that stuff off. That's not good. Okay, so we wash the rice. I'm gonna set it aside for a minute. All right, and then very simply, what we're gonna be doing here. All right, so you see, look at that, it's so delicious. So we got the hot pan for the rice, oil. All right, so we're gonna add some oil. Oil, and again, this is flavor. Okay, it's nice and hot. See, we're starting to get there. These guys, we're almost done. Again, look at how deliciously yummy and crispy these guys are. And, they're going to stay crispy because it's pork, so they'll stay crispy and moist and yummy on the inside. So even though Kristen's not going to be around to taste test today, she's going to eat this, and that's going to be just the same. Okay. So we don't want to burn the oil. All right, so now we're just gonna get the rice that we just washed. All right, add it in there. Teaspoon of salt. Okay, nice amount of salt there. And where did I put it? I guess we'll just use this for now. Right. Okay, so we're just mixing us all in there. And basically, what you want to do is that you want to just double the amount of rice. So if you're doing half a cup of rice, you need 1 cup of water. All right, 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. All right, and then a little secret in Cuban kitchens, add a little bit of lime juice. The same lime juice that we're going to use for the mojo. I'm adding a little bit in there. Not a lot. Just a few drops. Almost nothing. All right? And the water. Here's a 1 cup of water. That's it. Alright, this is super easy, alright? So you can make a very similar recipe back home to make very simple rice. And that's it. Alright, so now what we're going to do is cover it, okay? And let it come to a boil. Alright, so these guys are done. So let's just move this over here. See, these guys are done. Okay? Mmm. See, we can maybe, like I said, we can still brown them a little more, cook them a little more. It's not going to hurt. Render a little bit more of that fat. It's only going to get more delicious, so we're just going to do that. But basically, we're done here. So, alright, so I'm actually going to move this back here. Alright, so we got that back there. And we're basically done. We're going to start taking these guys off of the heat, okay? We got the yuca. It's boiling away right here. And we got the rice. You know, like I said, we're bringing the rice up to a boil. And then, once it comes to a boil, we will, just put it all the way down. So we're going to move this over here. And then we're going to make the mojo, okay? So we got this on standby. Alright? Alright, so, now's like the moment of truth here, we're kind of finishing up here in a sense. So the pork is done. The pork, I can just keep it going, it's not going to hurt it. So what I'm actually going to do, see, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean, right? No leaning. So what we're actually going to do with the pork is I'm actually going to put it in another, I'm going to put it in here, this little metal bowl, okay? And that's it. Always, make sure it's nice and clean and dry and all that stuff, just in case. You never know what could crawl in there. So yeah, we're just going to stick it in. Oh, we're going to stick the pork, as it's done, we're going to just put it here. And that's it. The pork is done. It's kind of like encapsulated in this crust of fat. And it's going to be preserved in yummy goodness, until we eat it. That's it. So it's going to be awesome. So that's it. All right, so let me switch over real quick so you guys can see what's going on. So this is at a rolling boil now, okay? Now that the rice is at a rolling boil, what we're going to do is that we're going to move this over, okay, to this other fire over here. All right, and put this on low. All right, we're going to put it on low. When you get this, all right, we're done here with this. So what we're going to quickly do is get this and put it elsewhere, okay? So let's just start. No, we're not putting this in something like, oh, you're going to put this in a paper towel? I'm like, bro, did you even see what we were cooking? No, this is pork and pork fat, the whole thing is. You know what I mean? You don't want to soak up the fat with a paper towel. What are you, crazy? It's the flavor. So, yeah, this is all flavor there, all that pork fat. Done. This one. That's it. So we're just getting the last little, as much crust as we can possibly get on these guys. Now these ones are the ones that have the little extra fat, so they're going to take a little extra longer. Just because, why not? Let's just do it right, finish it right. We got time. So look at that. Look how good they look. It's amazing, right? So yeah, that's it. Then we just bring this down. Oh, okay. So you see what that thing that blew up there? That is the water being released from the fat that is causing that. So what we need to do now is actually we're done here, because otherwise it's gonna start making a mess and it's dangerous, and we're done. That's basically saying, get me out of the fire, man. All right, that's it. These are the Cuban fried pork chunks. These are some of the most delicious. If you're ever in a Cuban household and grandma is saying, hey, I'm gonna make these from scratch for you, oh dude, you're lucky. This is it right here. Look at that, you can see the fat, the grease, you can see what a beautiful thing, right? Wait, hold on. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of this. Okay. I'll deal with that later. Alright, so now it's Mojo time. Alright? So you're like, oh Jose, how come you're not using the oil? You know, how come you're not using the oil from the pork fat? Well, simply it's because this is not how you make that. Okay, so we're just gonna keep checking on this stuff. This is like potatoes, meaning how do we know it's done? When we stick a fork in it and it's soft. So I know it's still hard. It's gonna be another like 15-20 minutes. It's gonna be a little while before we get there. But this, on the other hand, we can get this started. So now what we need like a bunch of olive oil here. We're not gonna add salt yet, because the salt is gonna make like too much water get released from the onion and the garlic right off the bat. So we're just gonna get olive oil in there. By the way, so since I had the extra nut butter, you know, I can taste a little more. I'm a little hungrier. So let's try one of these guys. I got literally only fat, and my God, it's so good. Even someone that doesn't like fat, you'll like it. Done to perfection. Got Gizmo. This extra fatty piece, I'm gonna give him to him. I'm gonna wait for it to cool down. It's too hot. So good. Okay, so you see what we're doing there? This is slowly cooking, doing its thing. So this right here, I'm going to start. Now I know this is not what Grandma would be doing. I know that. Now Grandma's not tossing it like me either. Okay, so we're sauteing the onions in the olive oil. Overboard. Let's add a little bit more. Yeah, because that's the main ingredient in this, okay? It's the olive oil, okay? So you've seen the ingredients, okay? In the mojo, we basically have olive oil, all right? Some onions and some garlic. That's it. Nothing else yet, okay? right, so we're just again sauteing that. That's it. And again, we're almost done. That's kind of like what we're looking for. So now, Gizmo, now we're gonna add the lime juice, okay? And not just the lime juice, but the salt. Very hot, very hot. Be careful, don't do this at home. Yes, you gotta have oil in there, hot oil. That's why I don't do that at home, okay? It's just my dumb ass, okay? Been doing it for a long time. So that, I mean, we're done. Let me just try an onion to make sure, but turn it off, That's it, because we're done. I don't want this to overcook. All right, this is kind of like what we're looking for. Let me try. Yeah. Let me try one of these guys. That's it. Nice and done. So the mojito is done. So now we're going to take this and we're going to put it somewhere else, okay? So in this case, and we go to the big cameras. So in this case, I'm just going to pop it in here, okay? So let's just do, so that way it's not cooking anymore. I got it off the heat. Yeah, because again, this is also kind of like best served room temperature. And that's it. And try it again. There we go. Perfect. That's it. We set it to the side and forget it. Now, I'm not covering this up yet because I don't want it to get moist. We'll cover it up in a little bit once we get to the desired state of affairs. All right, now we can turn the fan on again. Thank God. Getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. So basically, I'm going to put all the components together. We're going to make a little mini plate. I'll have, early lunch, dinner, what have you. And we'll go from there. Yeah, because, I realize, that's part of the show. You got to try out the food after you're done. You can't just, make it, per se. There's gold right here. So I'm just waiting for this, to cool off. Came out yummy. All right, let me put the beans back on the stove. Just put it on low. All right, so basically we're just waiting for the yuca. So we're waiting for that yuca to do its thing. And then that's it, right? One second. I'll be right there. I'm right here. Just cleaning off the strainer here so I can do the yuca afterwards. So the rice is kind of almost done. All right, I got it on low. All right, let me check to see if I can turn this on. All right, we got some battery. All right. Gizmo says hi. So shout out to everyone watching out there. Oh, thank you, thank you. Just imagine the aroma in your kitchen. Yeah, it's the same aroma I had growing up when I was a kid. So it smells like grandma up in here. Like grandma's cooking. I bet it smells good. It looks amazing. Yeah, it smells great. Is amazing. Yeah. So it's going to be awesome. She will love this meal. Oh, yeah, for sure. So everyone loves this meal. It's so yummy. So anyway, yeah, shout out to everyone out there watching, hanging out with me today. Hells to the yeah. So yeah, you know, today's meal is just taking, what was I going to say? Yeah, today's meal, you know, at least today we got a lot of things have accomplished, you know, so that's not that bad. I know we had a little bit of a late start. I just had like a bunch of things I had to take care of. But regardless, it's fine. We started around, I want to say 12:45, 1 o'clock my time. It is currently almost 4. So about 3 hours. That's not bad, right? Yeah, this is almost a 3-hour live stream. So that's not bad. About 3 hours of cooking, and we made a complete entire meal from scratch, literally. All right. So now what we're gonna do is get a fork, and let's move it. So you can see what I'm doing. So now what we're gonna do is get a fork to check on the rice. And why a fork and not a spoon or something like a wooden spoon, right? Because you're like, oh, but that's, you know, that metal, you don't want to scratch that. And like, yeah, you're right. So you got to be very careful not to scratch it. But the reason you're using a fork is because you need to fork the rice. As you can see, as I'm moving the rice very gently, okay, I am making sure that it's not mushing together. In fact, it's doing the opposite. Okay? We're not mushing it together. You know, we are making sure that everything stays loosey-goosey in there. Okay, so this one still has a little bit to go. And I feel like I uncovered this a little early. It's fine, not a big deal. But we still got a little bit to go. That's it. So that's it. We're done there. Easy. Ta-da. And then the yuca. Let's try the yuca. All right, we're almost there. All right, so I think the yuca is basically done. All right, so I'm gonna move away from that for a minute. How long does the yuca take? It takes around like 15-20 minutes. I mean, well, you saw it didn't take that long. I mean, I put it in there around the same time as the rice or before the rice. So 15-20 minutes, but it softened up quick. It went from just a few minutes ago, it was still rock hard, and now it's nice and flat, soft. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna cover this guy up now. The almond butter that we made. I'm gonna leave this guy around here. Special almond butter. And make sure Christian doesn't have some herbal remedies there. So, you know, I got some dishes I gotta make. I mean, I got some dishes I gotta clean, but I'm leaving that for later. No one needs to see that. Because, you know, sometimes I'll do the dishes while I'm cooking. But most of the time I'm not going to do that because, well, that's kind of like boring content. But we'll do it when appropriate, when we have time to kill, and I can chat with you guys. I'll bring you with me to the dish pit while we're doing dishes. But in the meantime, today we were able to occupy our time with everything. Yesterday we did some dishes because we had a lot to do. We were cooking for over 5 hours, and thank God that Grandma came over because she helped me with the dishes. Hells to the yeah. So shout out to Grandma out there. That's why she is our employee of the week, and we're gonna send her some Cuban food. All right. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna make her a nice little care package. Even though Christian's not here, she's doing her thing. Whatever. Still talk to Grandma. So I'll let her know that Uber is sending her some food. Get her some Jose Uber Eats. So, the rice is basically done. Alright? We have just kind of like put it on low so we can, I don't like it mushy. I like it to be a little bit more dry. Or it's still a little too wet. But in the meantime, we can get everything else ready to go. Alright? We're almost done. Alright? Like I said, I'm going to make a tiny little plate. So you guys can see what a typical Cuban food plate looks like, okay? So the yuca, what we're gonna do now is I cleaned this out earlier, so let's drain it, okay? Now yuca is very starchy, okay? You don't want to overcook it, but yuca is a very starchy vegetable. Okay? And so we're just gonna do a little bit of okay, so you guys can see what it looks like here. Alright, I'm gonna give you guys a close-up. Hold on. Because I know most of you guys have not seen yuca. Some of you guys have, some of you guys haven't. So, okay, so you guys can see, okay, soft, okay, you see how it can get gooey? That's not gooey, it's just starch. It's really, really starch. In fact, hold on, let me... Hold on, because I'm trying to... Well, sorry, I'm just trying to get the best... That's not going to work, hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. So you guys can see, get the best possible angle without me moving this around too much. Alright, there we go. Okay. Sorry, it's a stupid wire. There we go. Okay. So you guys can see, okay, it's kind of like, it's hard, all right? All right, so this is a thick piece, okay? It's hard, but it's like a potato, okay? And then starchy, and then you're gonna have, this stem in the middle. You're gonna want to discard this. Do not eat this. All right, and that's it. That's basically it. And so now, how we serve this is with that mojito. So in fact, hold on. Let me let's get this right here. So. So, okay, give me 1 second. So I just want to make sure we get everything. Okay. Okay, so we got everything. Okay. So we're gonna now put a little, I'm just making you a quick little Cuban plate, okay? Typical Cuban plate. Okay? You got the pork there, the yuca. Okay? Yeah, I'm putting the plate at an angle there so you guys can see better. I'm just making a little plate so you guys can see. Okay. Alright, so we got that. Now, I need to bring this over here for a minute. Hold on. Okay. You got Gizmo's excited out there. And then we got the mojito, alright? So that's the black beans right there, alright? Come on. There, please. Okay. So it's just like some onions. Okay, like that. Some of the little sauce. Which is, again, you already know there's lime juice and... Okay, just lime juice and olive oil. That's it. Super simple. Okay? Look at how beautiful that looks there. So we got the rice and the black beans. You got the yuca with the mojito. And we got the pork, you know, with a little bit of that mojito. Because the mojito is just for everything. Okay, so we're going to bring it over here. Alright. So again, let's go, you know what, let me go with the GoPro. Let me give you one last, one last look at everything. So we got the pork chunks right there, alright? Nice and yummy, beautiful. Look how delicious they look. Okay, so we got that, and now cover them up. Alright, we got the rice, okay, that we made over here. Alright, we got the black beans, super delicious black beans. Again, we already, let's, okay. So you see how nice and thick. And so basically, you know, what you would do with the black beans is you could serve yourself a bowl of black bean soup. That's it, you're good to go. Okay? You got yourself some nice, beautiful, look at that. Look at that beautiful, yummy, delicious black bean soup. Okay? This is like Grandma would make. So you see how nice and thick? You see? Coats the, like it kind of like coats the back of the spoon there. You know, see, you can see. And the yuca. That's it. Yuca's nice and done. So we're just gonna kind of put it here, alright, and cover it up and wait for Kristen for later, and then she'll eat her meal later. We got the yuca. So let's cover the beans. Put the yuca over here. Okay, and then, see, that's what it looks like. Okay, you see the little stick. Take these out. Usually, you know, these get taken out later when you're eating it, but we can just take it out now for her since she doesn't know, you know, what that is. All right. So, you know, now the moment of truth. All right. So now it's the moment of truth. We're gonna give this a try, see how it came out. Okay. All right. So we got some, you know, rice and beans here. Very good. Very, very good. I know Grandma's gonna love this as well. All right, so we're making some more. I don't know what we're making there. I think we're making some picadillo in the background there. But look, some more Cuban food. All right, so in the top left there, we're making some picadillo, which is ground beef. Which I think in this episode I was making black beans as well. What a coincidence. So let's try the yuca. Now the yuca. Okay. Yeah, get some more of that mojo in there. So, I love mojo. And of course, with the pork. So, right here, what I'm eating, these would be like the typical flavors. Alright? These are like the typical flavors you would find in any Cuban household. You would find this, anywhere from a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like today. And then on like things like Christmas, we're making basically something similar to this, all right? The rice and the beans and the mojo and the yuca, all that's the same. The only thing that changes is the preparation of the pork. So instead of frying just a bunch of little pork chunks in the fryer, as we did today, what we would actually do is that we would, roast a whole pig for Christmas. But it's basically everything's the same. We would just add like some Cuban bread, add some maybe fried plantains, add like a little salad, like a little house salad type of thing, something to help cut some of the fat. You see, that herbal butter is also very good. Helps open up the appetite. Doing a little Jose mukbang today, right? So let me read the comments here. Yummy, yummy. How long did the yuca take? Okay, we already answered all that. Okay, cool. All right. Shout out to everyone watching, hanging out with me. And so the fat is mostly rendered. And if you like bacon fat, or if you like fat from other pork products, like chicharrón, like pork rinds, you'll love this. This is amazing. Because the fat gets yummy and tasty. It's not like gelatinously disgusting. You know what I mean? It's actually really yummy. And the yuca, great. And I think we might have some left over for frying on Thursday. If not, whatever. Thursday is going to be an easy episode as well. So, not gonna finish, right? Now that hit the spot. It hit all the spots. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We made some Cuban food, a traditional Cuban meal, something that you would find in any Cuban home. In fact, the only thing that I would add to this would maybe be some Cuban bread, a little salad, meaning just some sliced cucumbers with some salt, some sliced tomatoes with some salt and oil to go along with this, and we're good to go. This is exactly what I would have at Grandma's house. Shout out to you, Grandma. Shout out to you. So, with that being said, you already know what's up. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit that bell icon, but more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next one, which happens to be tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Eastern, okay? I'm here every day, Monday through Thursday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. We start cooking. You know, sometimes we're a little late, sometimes a little early, but for the most part, 12:30 is when we start, and we get going right off the bat. And if you want to see more of this kind of content, just check out the rest of the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you know you're notified exactly when I'm going live. And check me out on all the other platforms, okay? I'm on Twitch, I'm on DLive, and I'm also on Facebook, okay? So, not just on YouTube. And I also do a podcast. And I also have a whole website. And all right, you know what? I gotta go. I got a lot of dishes I gotta take care of. Guys, see you tomorrow. Bye.